What's up, everyone? I cannot believe I am back here in a month telling you about another hospital visit. I have had 3 hospital visits in a month and I'm sick of it, honestly. But I did spend my Christmas yesterday, hauled up in the emergency room. Well, I went to the back, of course, but for a medical issue. So I am going to talk about that and, talk about the drama of that unfolding. So let's get right into it because I don't want to make this video too long. On the 14th of December, as you guys know, I have been taking blood thinners, Eliquis, and when I left the hospital, the doctors did not really delve into how blood thinners can affect your menstrual cycle. So ladies, if you happen to have gotten blood clots and the doctor says, oh, you should be fine with your cycle, take that with kind of a grain of salt. It does affect women differently because every woman's body is different. But for me, it caused me to have a very heavy menstrual cycle, very heavy uterine bleeding. And on the 14th is when I started my menstrual cycle. And this is gonna get a little personal. And if you can't, handle this type of talk, I suggest maybe skipping forward or tuning out. I'm sorry, but I'm just trying to be real. I want to kind of, delve into it and really give the honest, unfiltered truth. So on the 14th, I started my cycle, which I thought was a normal cycle. By day 7, things went awry. Day 7, I started to passed a blood clot very well, which was to me abnormal and big. And then my bleeding was, persisting. I usually have, my period only lasts for like 6 days. So when I was coming up on day 7, I started to be concerned, especially with me passing the blood clot. So I did everything, what I thought was right. I called the pharmacist to see, hey, what are the side effects of Eliquis and could it be affecting me? I called my OBGYN and I spoke to the receptionist who said she wasn't in. I called, and so then I said, okay, fine, I'll send her an email. I did that, an urgent email. I also reached out to an OBGYN that my mom was going to see if maybe I could get in and get an appointment, because after speaking with the pharmacist, they suggested that to reach out to your PCP or a gynae to, see what's going on. So I did those 3 things. On top of doing those 3 things, I called telehealth or the nurse line through my insurance to get another opinion on what I should do. This was day 7. She said, well, the hospital's not gonna really do anything for you. If you do feel that, you need to go to your gynae, then she suggested making an appointment. So I thought by day 8, maybe day 9, I would hear from my OBGYN or the new gynecologist that I reached out to. Didn't hear back from anybody. Still, heavy bleeding, passing blood clots. And on days 7 and 8, I was having extremely bad cramps, like just extremely uncomfortable and painful. So now we're approaching, of course, the holiday weekend, and I'm like, okay, when is this gonna be over? It should be over soon. I thought it was lightening up, as maybe like Thursday came around, and no. So Friday, Christmas Eve, I am growing concerned because I'm again looking online and I'm thinking, okay, I'm seeing people that have been mentioning that heavy bleeding is a normal occurrence when you have when you're taking Eliquis or you're on any type of blood thinners. But they started to, explain that if it's, if you're passing clots or the possibility of uterine bleeding, hemorrhaging, and other things that were concerning to me. I was like, okay. But I was hoping by Christmas morning, it would be all taken care of. I wouldn't have to worry about anything. So that wasn't the case. Christmas morning came and I was extremely tired because I was waking up every 2 hours, changing sanitary napkins and just, trying to the pain. I could still feel the pain of the clots passing through, some abdominal pain. And so that kept me up. Every 2 hours I was up, I was, taking care of that, and I just really didn't get any sleep. And I was like, here it is Christmas morning, and I'm concerned. I'm concerned of what's going on. Could I be having a miscarriage? Could I be hemorrhaging? Could I be internally bleeding? Could I be all of these other myriad of things that I was thinking? So I had to come to grips with, I'm gonna have to go to the hospital. And I really did not want to go. I was going through such a battle inside of me, and I don't know why, because I just had this discussion with myself a month ago about listening to your body, taking care of your body. But I just was like, this is not how I want to spend my Christmas day at the hospital. I want to be home, comfortable with, just relaxing and hoping that it goes away. But I knew also too, I needed to see about my health and what the hell is going on, because I'm scared of whatever the possibility is. And I'm the type of person that until I can find out something, some symbolism that I'm going to be okay, I'm going to obsess over it. So I did boohoo. I was crying. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was crying because I just didn't want to go. I just didn't feel like the whole process. I felt like the emergency room was gonna be packed and people were gonna be in there, and I didn't want to have to be admitted, but I had to come to grips with the possibility that I might be admitted. So anyway, I did go, and was still, passing clots as I was in the waiting area, as I'm waiting for the doctor. They immediately took me back because I'm on blood thinners for the clots in my lungs. They just, I didn't have to wait no time, probably like 5 minutes. They immediately had me do a urine sample to make sure to rule out if I'm pregnant or, suffering from a miscarriage. And luckily that wasn't the case. I was not miscarrying or pregnant. So immediately after they told me the results, they took me back. I went in the back room. Of course, I had blood drawn. Hate it. Hate that moment. They did, put the IV thing in me. I always forget what it's called, but they put that in there. And basically it was waiting for test results. So test results came back, looked like my hemoglobin, I always say this wrong, hemoglobin was, that was normal. That came back normal. And that was good, because what it means is that basically I'm not losing any blood. The return on the blood that I'm putting back into my body looks good. So it's not like I'm, about to bleed out. So, excuse me, they had me do an ultrasound. They wanted to look at my uterus, see what's going on in there. So I did that. And that came back with fibroids. So, and just, excessive uterine bleeding. So I'm kind of upset because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm dropping my gynae because I didn't urgent 911 your email girl and you did not get back to me. What is that madness? Secondly, with some other medical issues that has been going on with me, I have mentioned fibroids to her before. We should have been doing some precautionary measurements. Why does it take me having to go to the ER? I've mentioned stuff to her before, so I'm done with her. She's canceled in my book. I will not be going back to her. I'm gonna go to a new gynae. As of right now, I was released from the hospital. I spent a good 8 to 9 hours there and found out that, I have fibroids. There was really nothing that could be done as far as the excessive bleeding. So the only thing that the ER doctor recommended was that I see my OBGYN after the holiday after Christmas. So Monday, Tuesday, get in there and get in the office. They said to just basically monitor and make sure that I'm not going into shock or fainting or vomiting or feeling lightheaded. That's when it's cause for some concern. So I'm happy I went because it gave me some peace of mind. My Christmas was stolen by Grinch because basically I did not get to do anything with my friends or family. I just opened presents today, so that was a really good thing. Me and my boyfriend exchanged our gifts, so I'll put a clip in of that, and that was a really sweet exchange. But I was in the Christmas spirit and I was really feeling Christmas, and it was definitely heartbreaking for me because with all the health scare that I've been having, because like I said, in November I went to the hospital, got admitted. That's when I found that I had blood clots in my lungs, and now I'm taking blood thinners. Then I had to go back about 2 weeks later, maybe 2 to 3 weeks, not even 3, 2 weeks later, because I needed a prior authorization in order for them to refill my prescription. So I'm out here with no meds for a few days because there was some things that they didn't do on their end, and now here it is again with some other issues pertaining to what I initially went to the hospital for, and a new revelation as far as having fibroids. The doctor did say that, because I asked how big it is, and he said, I want to say he said like a 1/4 inch. I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember. Don't quote me. But I did ask, do I need to get them removed? Here's the kicker. I can't have any kind of surgery because I'm on blood thinners. And he said that removing it would be an aggressive thing. So I'm at a point where, it's there, the doctor or gynecologist, I need to just work with her on a progressive plan moving forward on how to, handle the fibroids, but I at least need to be on blood thinners. This doctor said 6 months. This is a new information for me. I heard 3 months initially, so we'll see. This last couple of months of the year has been rough health-wise, but I'm keeping a very positive mindset that moving forward, nothing but good health, good wealth, and, good vibes. So I think, for right now, that's all I can kind of think of with what's going on with me medically. But that is how I spent my Christmas, guys, in the hospital. So let's continue to pray for me and continue to send me good vibes and, you know, putting out in the universe some good energy. And I hope that you guys had a better Christmas than I did. I thank you guys so much, those that reached out and were concerned about what's going on. This is the tea. So thank you guys so much for watching. And if you like this video, please share with your friends and family. It's a health video and I recommend that you do so, because anybody that you know is on blood thinners could suffer from the same thing. And I don't want them to feel, what should I do? Where should I go? So please share this with your friends and family. Subscribe, and thank you guys so much for watching. Mwah. Feliz Navidad. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.